So speaking of now, you're a multimillionaire. How the heck did you become a multimillionaire? But I want to go back from. I want to know the process of it. This idea, and then the action.
Well, it's funny. It really ties back right into that seed as a little boy. I was making Seamoss in my kitchen, which is something that's very common in the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
It builds your immune system. It helps with diabetes, weight loss. It has almost everything the human body needs to survive and to help itself heal. So it's just something on the island. You know, you're sick, your grandmother make you some bush tea or, mix some concoction that's nasty, but you know it's going to make you feel better. So when COVID broke out, my grandmother was staying with me. And at the time she was 79 and she was taking medication for like different comorbidities, which, you know, if you watch the news, it's like, hey, if you're older and you're taking medication for certain things, COVID could be really deadly. So hearing that, I'm like, I had my grandmother on a sick vitamin regimen, and then I'll put Seamoss in her coffee every morning, and you know, I'd film her on my Instagram story, like drinking it, enjoying it, and every morning making her coffee. And then I had friends who were nurses that were working with COVID people that were terrified because they didn't know if they were going to get it. They had to be around them all day. And they're like, "Hey, how do we get some of that? I heard that it's really good. Can I get some?" And I was like, "Yeah, send me your address." Because at the time, nobody wanted to like see anybody face to face. This is like when the pandemic first broke out, and everyone
The
was
fear was there.
yeah, no one even wanted to go outside and breathe the air back then.
Right.
You know, so I literally was taking the money in my bank account and spending my own money to ship it directly to them for free. And we had a hashtag that was going around that was like CMOS for nurses. And if you could prove you were a nurse, we sent it to you for free.
Wait. So you're just doing this out of your house.
Yeah.
Vision was to help your grandmother.
Yeah.
Then a couple friends saw the Seamoss, how I guess it was working for your grandmother, the happiness, all the things they saw.
Yeah.
And they said, hey, send me some also.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it wasn't a business transaction. It was just you helping again.
Right. It was just people asking me for some of this medicine.
Send me some Seamoss also while you're at it, but keep going.
Yeah. Right. And that's what we did. We sent it around, and then we started getting so many orders that I was literally like going broke. You know, I was getting like 40 orders a week. And it's like, man, 40 times $8 postage plus material. It was starting to add up. And then there was people that weren't nurses that really wanted it too. So like then we moved.
How did they find you? From the hashtag, you believe?
Well, that and just people word of mouth, you know, like when I sent people CMOS, they would then make a video and then tag me in it. Like, wow, thank you so much for this. This is powerful, you know, and then they'll ask that person, like, who'd you get it from? Or they'll click my tag and say, hey, I saw that so-and-so got CMOS from you. Like, I'll pay you, you know. You know, people some nurses didn't even want it for free. They were like, hey, I'm going to pay you so the next nurse can get it for free, you know? And like,
so now it became a whole community.
Yeah.
Organically, just you helping people.
Right. That's
them helping people. So this all started off with you just serving.
Just serving, correct. And once we started getting a ton of orders, because I had such a manual process. People would DM me or they would text me. They'd send me a message on Facebook or a message here, or a message there, and it was like all over the place. And I'm like, man, why am I doing this? Let me just create an omni channel and create like a marketplace, you know, like Etsy or Amazon or something like that, where people can go put in their own information, their own shipping, and then it'll be so much easier to just like print a label and send it. Because before I was like writing down everything in a notebook, and it was like prehistoric.
Right.
So that's when things changed. I put it on the marketplace, and I started getting all those orders in. People were sharing it like crazy. I want
to, before you hit there, did you start selling it for profit, or just started selling it just to even cover your costs at first?
Yeah, at first. So the model we moved to after we started getting too many orders, especially from people who weren't in healthcare, but was like, hey, I just really want it. It was like nurses still got it for free, but everybody else had to pay. And that's how we kind of like broke even, or at least were able to keep the wheels turning so we could keep serving people.
Powerful.
Yeah. And then once we put it on a marketplace, those same people would keep ordering, and then they would leave reviews. And that's when things changed, because the way algorithms work on marketplaces like Amazon and other websites like it, they see how many orders are coming in and what time frame. And then they also compare it to the reviews. So it's a formula that kind of uses both sales and reviews. So with us getting 5-star reviews and so many orders in a small time, when people went on Etsy, there was 5,000 sellers selling Seamoss, but we were on the front page because of the algorithms. So now that's when things got crazy. It was like, now I'm not just shipping to Florida, it's Pennsylvania and Texas and Cali.
Took off.
I actually posted a picture yesterday of like where we started, and it was like my mother's dining table. I had like maybe 20 packages. I had them all spread out like it was a huge order, compared to what we're doing now. It's like, man, that was small. But back then I was like, wow, I have 23 orders and they're all going to like different states,
That had to be a shock. And all organically.
All organically. That's the
so
thing.
There wasn't even a vision to make this a business.
It wasn't. It's funny. The name of my company is The Transformation Factory, and I always had aspirations of creating a documentary, which we're still filming right now, showing the beginning of my weight loss journey to how I got to my.
Can you speak a little bit about your weight loss journey?
Yeah, my weight loss journey. I lost over 300 pounds in the last like maybe 8 years or so. And I knew I wanted to. We were filming it already. I had my production company film it, and I knew I had an intention to release it to the world so that they can become the best version of themselves as well. And I knew at some point I wanted to have some kind of an online presence where people can come and watch it, but they can also have like a community that they can talk to each other and also have like holistic things that they can get. And I knew I wanted Seamoss to be a part of that line. However, I didn't plan on launching any products until the doc is done, just for it to complete the whole website. So I always joke around and say I kind of got bullied into this business because even though it's like people wouldn't stop leaving me alone about it. And, for good reason, people have COVID. I had COVID patients reaching out to me like, I feel terrible. Can I please get it? And it wasn't until those same people got it that had COVID and got my product that was like my symptoms went away in like a day. And it was like, man, this stuff is powerful. And they start telling everybody, and it was like a domino effect.